Every champion has someone they thank, a coach, a parent, a mentor. But one motorcycle champion thanked an old mechanic. Not because he repaired a motorcycle, but because he repaired something far more important, and he never even realized it. As a little boy, Ethan loved motorcycles. While other children played football after school, he spent every spare moment riding an old dirt bike through empty fields. To everyone else, it was just a noisy motorcycle. But to Ethan, it was freedom. He imagined roaring crowds, crossing finish lines, and holding championship trophies high above his head. Through the blur of identical mornings, he told himself, "One day, that'll be me." But dreams have a way of meeting reality. The older Ethan became, the harder racing became. The riders were faster. The pressure was greater. Winning became harder. Then came the crashes, one after another. Every race chipped away at something much harder to repair than a broken motorcycle: his confidence. Eventually, he stopped asking, "How do I win?" He started asking, "Do I even belong here?" One rainy afternoon, his motorcycle broke down on the way home. He pushed it into a small repair shop at the edge of town. The place smelled of oil, old rubber, and years of hard work. Behind the workbench stood an elderly mechanic, gray hair, grease-stained hands, quiet eyes that seemed to have seen everything. As the mechanic worked, Ethan stared silently at the floor. Finally, he whispered, "Maybe racing just isn't for me anymore." The old man didn't answer immediately. Instead, he picked up a bent handlebar. He held it up. "People replace these every day." Then, he rested his hand gently on the motorcycle's engine. "But this is what keeps the motorcycle moving." He looked Ethan in the eyes. "You've been fixing the wrong thing." Ethan frowned. The mechanic continued, "You're trying to repair your results when you should be rebuilding the rider." Then, without another word, he quietly went back to repairing the motorcycle. For him, it was just another conversation. For Ethan, it became the one he would remember for the rest of his life. Those words stayed with him. Instead of chasing trophies, he started chasing progress. One better lap, one smoother corner, one smarter decision. Some races, he still lost. But something had changed. He no longer measured himself by where he finished. He measured himself by who he was becoming. Little by little, his confidence returned. Months later, Ethan stood on the starting grid of the biggest race of his life. Rain covered the circuit. Visibility was poor. Several riders lost control, but Ethan stayed calm. Every difficult day, every setback, every lesson had prepared him for this moment. Then, he crossed the finish line. The crowd erupted. His childhood dream had finally become reality. During the interview, a reporter asked, "Who believed in you when nobody else did?" Ethan smiled. "There was an old mechanic. I don't think he even remembers me. He didn't give me a motivational speech. He simply reminded me that I was trying to fix the wrong thing." He paused, then smiled again. "He didn't just repair my motorcycle. He repaired the rider." Sometimes, the people who change our lives never realize they did. And somewhere, an old mechanic finished another ordinary day, never knowing he'd helped create a champion.